Welcome back to another episode of that Stay Off My Grass podcast. You got your boy Suns fan Randy in the building, and man, we just can't beat. I'm trying to tell y'all, we cannot beat. You know what I'm saying? We can't beat the Hawks for whatever strange reason. So it is what it is. But we got another one, man. We got the Suns versus the Hawks. It was almost there, y'all. It was almost there, and I think I seen a crazy stat earlier today. Some nuts. It was like we haven't beat the Hawks since 2014. Like I don't know how much, like if that's true or not, but like that's nuts. But the game is right there. I want to start here. I do want to start here, just so I can draw the line clear in the sand. I appreciate what he brings to the team, and I appreciate the glueness and the camaraderie that he brings to the team. But I'm off of the Jalen Green train. Like I'm cool. Like I get it. I'm cool, and I don't want it to be like another McHale kind of situation where it's like I don't want to underappreciate or undervalue like the things, the intangible shit that he bring in the locker room, because I feel like Jalen Green is the soul of the team without being like the guy on the floor. I feel like him coming into this team has brought a lot of like togetherness, a lot of camaraderie and shit like that. So I kind of got to tip my hat to that, and that's something that I took for granted with McHale. You know what I'm saying? When I was saying trade McHale, trade McHale, trade McHale, and then when we traded him, then I realized like how much of the culture was within McHale. So I do want to give him that fair shake, but also like I'm cool, like I'm good, like I get like, yeah, nah, like we went through this already kind of with Bradley Beal, and I don't think it's that as bad, and I don't want to like compare the two, so don't get it like conflated. But I'm cool. Like I don't think that what he brings to the team, like, because we look good without him. Let's call a spade a spade. We look good without him, and with him in it, we still did look good. But I don't really see like, okay, like, is it really putting us over the top? It's not somebody. I don't think. Let me put it like this. Let me slow down. I don't think it's a necessity. I don't think Jalen Green. We need Jalen Green moving forward to like be great, and I'll just leave it at that. So I'm like, I'll say I'll die on the hill. Like I'm cool on him, but I do appreciate the locker room. I don't want to underappreciate like what he bring and the camaraderie and the culture that he brought back to this team. So that's something I don't want to get misconstrued. But also like I'm good. Like he went out tonight. He played 4 minutes. Went out again. I think they said hamstring tightness. So it's just like just this is crazy. And if you go back and just watch or just track his career, kind of with the Rockets, he didn't really get hurt. So this is like the first time in his career like something like this is happening, and I hate it to be happening with us, but you know what I'm saying? Like, that's just how it goes sometimes. But this was a very winnable game. A very winnable game, but I feel like this was the game, like I've been saying, is where we kind of need a point guard, and this is where Colin Gillespie kind of falls short for me on the point guard and the playmaking, where it was multiple times, especially in that fourth quarter, the last 3 minutes where we needed to get good looks, and we just didn't get any good looks. Whenever we got a Dylan Brooks side step or a Dylan Brooks step back, like whenever that's the offense, the main, like for the offense, like you're in bad shape. You know what I'm saying? And especially after Book went down with a little freak accident, I guess he stepped on Big O's foot and kind of went down. So that was like a thing. But it was a very winnable game. But I do want to say this. Speaking on the Hawks, I want to say this real quick and a little story. The Hawks out there, they play good ball. They, like I said, they remind me of us a lot of fight, a lot of grit, a lot of good defense, a lot of deflections, a lot of, you know what I'm saying, effort out there. And I do want to say this. I'm so happy to see Jalen Johnson doing what he's doing right now, because just to give you a quick story, I remember when he was getting drafted, when he left Duke, he was getting drafted. I remember he was working out at a park that I used to play basketball at. And it was a park called Poinsettia, and this is like right before the draft in like West Hollywood. So he was out there working out and shit like that. And then we came in, we was starting to hoop, and he actually hooped with us, and it was crazy. I was like, oh shit, he about to be like, at the time, I think he was like a lottery pick or whatever the case may be. Like I said, coming out of Duke, I feel like Duke didn't really use him right, because they would use him as like a power forward, but like a real old school power forward. And I feel like he was more than that. And like I said, he played with us. And when I tell you, he absolutely murdered. Like he was doing shit. I was like, yo, like he was doing all kind of shit. And it was fucking it was so crazy to see all the shit that how he was killing us when we was playing pickup, and then to see him get drafted to the league, go to the Hawks. And I feel like for the first 3 years or 2 years of his career, like the Atlanta Hawks didn't really utilize him the greatest. You know what I'm saying? So it's now I'm starting to see some of that shit that I was seeing at the park when he was killing us. Like now he's starting to do some of that shit now in the league. And I always kind of seen that for him because I was like, yo, he is cold as fuck. Like I said, he was out there doing everything, hitting middies, posting up, like all kind of shit in that pickup run. Mind you, I understand NBA players just like they got it like that, but like I said, when I seen it, I was like, oh shit, like, and just compared to what he was doing in the league, I was like, dog, they using him wrong. So it's good for me to see him out there he finished with 23, 8, 9, or 23, 18 rebounds, 9 assists, and like I said, 10 of 18 real efficient. So hopefully that he all-star this year. I'm rooting for him, you know what I'm saying? But yeah, so they did their thing. I gotta call a spade a spade. And I don't know, as I was watching the game, I noticed something like I don't like CJ McCollum. And I don't know why. And I think the reason is maybe because he was a part of like that Pelicans crew with like the Jose Alvarado and all of them. So maybe that's like where my disdain for CJ McCollum. I don't really like hate him as a person, but it's just like I don't really fuck with CJ McCollum like as a player. And I think that's what it is. Like I still got beef over that, even though we won and shit like that. But I still got a little bit of beef from like that Pelican series because that shit was harder than what it needed to be. But but yeah, back to us. Like I said, in that fourth quarter, we really couldn't get shit going. Like, and that's really what lost us this game. I feel like we played a good game all in all. And I feel like Jordan Ott, like another place where we went wrong is where we subbed out. Dylan Brooks played too long in the fourth, and we subbed out Jordan Goodwin. And I feel like Jordan Goodwin was giving us good minutes because we was down by 10. Jordan Goodwin coming the game. Now all of a sudden we back up. You know what I'm saying? He making the hustle plays, getting steals, getting blocks, grabbing rebounds, diving on the floor. It was like I want to say 3 or 4 plays in a row. He was just diving on the floor, getting shit. So it was just like, okay, cool. And I feel like he sat on that bench too long if we really wanted to win this game. And that's just what I seen tonight. And like I said, and I feel like when Book went down, that kind of took the energy from the team. And when Jalen Green went down, that definitely took the energy from the team. But then we found a way to build it back up. And then we lost it again once, like I said, Book went down. And then Colin Gillespie tried. He hit 2 back-to-back threes and put us up, I think, 4. But like I said, he just wasn't able to actually point guard and get good looks every time down. I feel like he was hunting for the 3, and they were sitting down on that because everybody on the Hawks can switch. So it was just like what would you like? Everybody can switch on the perimeter, so it was like we was fucked. You know what I'm saying? And nobody wants to make that inside pass to Colin Gillespie or Oso. So that's essentially, if you're wondering, that's why we lost this game. But like I said, it was a very winnable game. Dylan Brooks started throwing up shit at the end of the game. Like I said, he finished with 11 points, 4-18. And like I continue to say, I don't really expect much from Dylan Brooks, and I don't think you should either. And we after everybody went down, it was like shit, all eyes on you. And he tried to bring it home, but I'm not mad at it. Royce O'Neal didn't have the greatest game. So yeah, so I'm looking at for next game. Hopefully Grayson Allen can step up. I think we got the Heat on Sunday, so hopefully Grayson Allen can step up. I don't know if Book is going to be back because he did roll his ankle and only missed 1 game, I think. So I don't know if he's going to be gone. I don't know if it was just like a little minor tweak and they didn't want to push it or whatever the case may be. But yeah, this is a very winnable game. So that's why it kind of hurt because you know what I'm saying? Like everybody played bad, but we were still in position to win. And I feel like in those type of games, you got to win those. But shout out to the Hawks. I see y'all. I see what y'all doing. Y'all building something over there. Nice. And I guess the move is to build around Jalen Johnson. And like I said, I hoped to have Jalen Green ball out so we could trade for Jalen Green for Trae Young. But obviously that didn't happen. So it is what it is, man. But until next time, man. Peace.